Here at Millbrook High School at the conclusion of a Northwestern District volleyball match between the Millbrook Pioneers hosting the Handley Judges. Millbrook 3-0 in the match victory, not allowing a set point to the Judges in this match. The first two sets very close and very competitive. Millbrook, the same story, getting out to a favorable lead, but Handley trying to cut the deficit. The first set in particular went to 26 points, as you have to win by 2, obviously. And the second set, again, the same story, but Millbrook winning in 25. The third set, kind of a different story. Millbrook jumping out to a sizable lead, and Handley trying to cut that deficit, but falling just short. However, it was a very close, very competitive, and enjoyable atmosphere. We get a chance to talk with both coaches from Millbrook and Handley, and also talk with Kate Madden, who received a volleyball for most career digs in Millbrook High School history. And we'll also speak with Aaliyah Green on the Pioneers' victory as well. All that and more coming up. Post-game volleyball coverage from Millbrook High School right here on the Kirby on Sports podcast.
Yeah, just, anything particular that, stood out tonight. Obviously, you guys have been playing so well coming into tonight's match. Is there anything that either just Millbrook did well or you guys didn't do as well as you normally do? Or
They have great coverage defensively. They cover everything. They get every ball up. And we didn't do our best. We didn't do our worst. But I think there's definitely room for improvement there. Our serve receive was a little iffy, which then makes that all offense a little bit iffy at times. We have a couple kids not quite at 100%, so that is never helpful either. So I'm hoping we can just regroup and focus on Thursday, which is James Wood.
Yeah.
Just talk to me about some of the positives you saw out there despite this loss.
I saw a couple kids go in and do some pretty awesome things. Ashley Grimaldo has gone in and served for us really, really well the last couple of matches, and she did again tonight. I had to leave my middles in for a little bit, and both of them handled that pretty well. So considering they don't usually fulfill that role, so I was happy with them to be able to go in there and do that on the fly. So.
Yeah, and are you getting Tegan more involved in the attack as the season has gone on? I know she did pretty well with that last year. Just feel like, she just brings a lot of value as an attack. Yeah.
She has a really high volleyball IQ, and it kind of translates from beach, and she's just effective. The bottom line is she knows how to score a point, and she has done a really good job, staying in the front there, and she's quickly become one of our most efficient hitters. So.
And yeah, I know the first two sets, Millbrook gaining that lead early, but what did you see the fight out of your kids trying to battle back and keep things close the first two sets?
Again, I think it proves that we're right there with the really good teams in this area. They've done this over and over and over again, and I'm kind of waiting for that breaking point when we can push through that. We have a lot of young players on the floor right now. Molly Peterson is a freshman. Tegan and Breeze are sophomores. So they're three that stay in for a good bit of the game, if not all of the game, and they're young still. So I'm hoping with some growth, just as they become a little more mature, I guess, that we can kind of translate that into getting through that mental hump.
Coach, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Kate, thank you for joining us. I see the record there, career digs. Did you know that was in sight in this match tonight?
I knew I was getting pretty close, but I wasn't sure that it was going to happen tonight.
What were sort of the feelings when they sort of paused the game and you received that ball for achieving that accomplishment?
I was kind of shocked, but I also felt accomplished in the moment.
And just overall, three set wins to beat crosstown rival and Handley. How did everything feel tonight? It seemed like everything was flowing pretty well for the team.
Yeah, we played pretty cohesive, and I think we all worked really well with high energy tonight.
And I know the first two sets, too, it seemed like you were getting out to a big lead, but then slowly Handley was inching back. What was that confidence like? The bend don't break mentality. How huge was that in this?
It's just really important that if we do get down, that we have to stay positive and work our way back up.
Absolutely. Congratulations and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Aaliyah Green, a big victory over crosstown rival in Handley. How'd it feel out there?
It felt great. I loved taking out the 3-0 win. Yeah.
And just overall, your teammate Kate getting the record tonight. How'd that overall feel, just the team collectively supporting her in that moment when she got the ball out there?
It was very surreal. I was very happy. I was super excited for her. Super proud. She earned it very well.
And just overall, it seemed like the first two sets in this game, getting out to a big lead, Handley trying to inch back in, sort of that bend don't break mentality. What stood out to you?
It was definitely competitive. We just had to keep our composure on our side and finish the set through and side out first ball every time.
And the first two sets, did that translate into getting out to that huge lead in the third set and eventually sealing the deal?
Yes, very much.
So the confidence out of a match like this against a crosstown rival, I know we're inching closer and closer towards the postseason. What's just the confidence around you and the team after a big match victory like this where you hold the opponent to no match wins?
Very confident. Helps us get through with the wins every game. Yeah.
Aaliyah, appreciate your time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Millbrook Volleyball head coach Dave White, big 3-0 match victory over Handley. How did it feel out there tonight?
It felt good. We had some key players come back tonight off of injuries. It was good to see them getting in the mix and getting loose. It was a good win for us.
First two sets in this contest, it seemed like you were getting out to the lead early, Handley getting right back into it. What do you see in your eyes in terms of what transpired in the first two sets and just your team being able to hold those leads and not give up a set out of that?
Well, we knew they wouldn't quit, that's for sure. They're a good team. So we had a few passing errors, a few defensive plays that we'd like to have back, but they fought hard to come back. I was happy with how relaxed we stayed and calm. We faced a little adversity earlier in the season and maybe weren't as calm as we were, so I really like seeing that. It's always fun getting a 2-point win. I mean, those are tight.
I know some of the back and forth, the long sort of sets where it drags out and sort of, I might not be using the right term, but sort of some maybe uncommon things like a ball bouncing off the arm going a different direction, a deflection, stuff like that. It seemed like at times your team sort of got rattled, but getting right back into it, if my terminology is good there. What did you see from that aspect?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of long rallies. I think we cleaned up our out-of-system play a lot better as the match went on. We had some key people that weren't setters setting the balls, and we were getting kills off of that. But there was a lot of good rallies. So both teams were very good defensively.
And I know, just a random thought, a few of the balls going up into the rafters and sort of having to figure out what to do when a ball goes up in the rafter. I know that's kind of unexpected, but what do you see there? What do you coach your players up to do when something like that happens?
There's definitely one on their side. I started celebrating. I thought we had scored. They ended up getting the point. That'll teach me. I don't know. There's not much to learn. You know, you got to pay attention as how fast it's going up there and try to play it off of it. All these gyms have fairly low ceilings, so we're all used to it. Some go our way, some don't.
And the last set, eventually sealing the deal and winning this match, you got out to a very big lead. Do you think the culmination of like the first two sets really stood with your players to just take a big lead going into this third set?
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, when you fight that hard and don't finish the set like they did in the first or second, it can definitely take a toll. I think we started serving a little tougher, maybe a few less service errors too. But they did a great job. They're a really good blocking team tonight. That surprised me.
And just Kate getting the record there, did you know anything about that? And if so, just giving her the ball in that moment, what was that like?
It was awesome. Yeah, I knew a little something about it. Coach Tanis gave me a heads up, I guess, a couple weeks ago that Kate was really close. and it's awesome. She has one more year to play, so she's just going to tack on to that number. She is really calm and steady back there, and that's what I like out of a libero, playing in the middle of the court, just nice and steady.
And what's just the support around her and the team in that moment, too? What did that mean in your eyes?
It was cool because no one knew. I think Coach Tanis and I and Joey and Mike were the only people that knew. So I think they were all surprised, too, especially like it wasn't necessarily like a numbered milestone, but to be the overall dig leader for Millbrook, that's huge. That's a big deal.
So a 3-0 victory against a crosstown rival. I know we're getting into the tail end of the season, if you will. What's the confidence like after a big match victory like this?
I think they should be pretty pleased with themselves, right? We've definitely, as I said earlier, facing injuries, different lineups, right? I think we finally got the lineup that we want to work with. So hopefully they just build confidence from here. I'd rather have it now than the start of the season, so hopefully they keep it going.
And just with that confidence, too, do you like to see them just keep on building and growing from there to maybe make a big push towards the end of it and into the playoffs, if you will?
I mean, that would be great. We hope so. We've got a match Thursday night, and we'll just take it from there. We know we have a couple tough matches left. I think we have 4 total matches left, and then we get into the postseason, and we'll go from there.
Coach Dave White, after the 3-0 victory over Handley in volleyball, greatly appreciate your time, sir.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.